Let's take a look at user story maps. If you missed the introduction to Better Backlogs, please check out the link in the channel to catch up. But on this video, we are going to focus on user story maps for Agile teams. Why? Well, they help to create alignment, and it's a visual tool that can really help. Sometimes a flat backlog where you have a nested list of lists, it's hard for people to follow. You want your stakeholders and your users and your customers to actually dive in and to see what the team is going to be doing. So you'll see later how this is going to help. And who should you involve in a user story mapping session? You should involve developers, stakeholders, and users. Sometimes you can't get all the developers in there, but try to pull in as many as you can. This is a collaborative effort. And so how are you going to do it? You're going to do this on a physical whiteboard or on a virtual whiteboard. There's lots of tools out there to do it virtually, but again, it's not just one person or the product owner doing this by themselves. You want people to do this together in an environment, physical or virtual. Okay, so let's take a look at an example. First, you want to start off with the goal or the impact. We want to say, why is this app, why is this product, hardware, software, whatever, why is it important? How is this going to save time, money, or create more money or revenue? So not just the goal about the why, but then if you have this, how is that going to make life better for your customers, your users, etc.? So a user story map also dictates a flow, left to right, start to finish. And first you lay out your users. So you may have the first user you envision to use the app, then it goes to the second user, then it goes to the third user. The next row under each one of those users, and we call this the backbone, is list out the key activities. So in this example, the first user has two key activities. They do key activity 1 first and key activity 2. Then it goes to the second user and they do key activity 1, and then the third user and they only have one key activity. So key activities are at a high level, just basically what is the mini goal for that sequence of steps. And that's the rest here are the steps. So for each one of the key activities, what's the highest priority step they need to do first? So there's step 1, and then step 2, and if necessary, 3, 4, etc. Once you have all this laid out, now you can work with your team and kind of say, okay, well, what do we think we can do in the first sprint or the first release? And you can start to kind of draw these lines. And you can use this throughout the development process, throughout the sprints, throughout the iterations, because maybe you didn't get to the step 1, and then you can move it here to the next sprint, and you can claim that you got these 3 steps done in the first sprint. So again, this isn't just a one-time thing. Use this to align, to communicate, to visually show everybody where the team is at and where the application is going to be set to do.